Welcome back to the ETL series. We've reached the final step of the pipeline, alpha load. We'll take the clean and transform data and load it to its final destination, files, databases, or even data warehouses. Here's a small data frame we'll use for all our loading examples. When you're using to CSV, there are two key arguments, header and index. By default, both are set to true. Here you can see the header at the top and the index on the left. Now let's turn off the header. With header equals false, the column names are removed from the CSV. Since there's no header, the viewer uses the first row as the header, so it looks like only two rows are left. Setting index equals false removes the row numbers. This way, only the actual data is written to the CSV. Finally, let's look at the save argument. We can save the CSV with a different separator instead of a comma. Next, let's take a look at Parquet. It's a fast, columnar format, and we save it with Parquet. Then we can read it back using read Parquet. Next is JSON, which is widely used in APIs. We save it with JSON using orient equals records. Pandas also provides for more orient options. Each one produces a different JSON structure. Here's a side-by-side comparison of all 5 formats. Feel free to pause the video to take a closer look at the differences. Now let's move on to loading data into databases. In real ETL pipelines, we load the clean data into a database so it can be used by applications and reports. Here I'm using SQLite as an example. We create a connection with Create Engine. Then use to SQL to write the data frame into a table named People. Finally, we read it back with read SQL using a simple SQL query. And that's the basic process of loading data into a database. Now for the last destination in the load step, data warehouses. BigQuery is a great example, and I'll show the code you'd normally use. We don't need to connect to Google Cloud here. This is just a demonstration. That's it for today's episode. We've finished the load step in our ETL process. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.